Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. An actress at a film festival recently said that India is at a cusp of greatness in its 75th year of independence. The Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is meant to celebrate India's achievements in the past 75 years, but while the whole government machinery and the supporters of the ruling party are busy showing the people of India and the world that they are failing to pay attention to much bigger problem at hand. The challenge of maintaining that legacy for the coming years. Well, this is not a rant video, but while some feel we are at a cusp of greatness, surely that greatness may not include the youth of the country who are either getting laid off, not finding any job, or worse, not even interested in finding a job. The disillusioned youth of India. So far, we were talking about unemployment rising in the country. You have seen the data, the charts, the graphs, the lines and the percentages. The statistics may give you an idea, but hardly they hit home. Unlike the news like this, X company fires over 200 people, Y company fires over 700 people. When you read news like this is when you have a closer look at the greater problem. Unfortunately, such news have become rapidly more common in the past few weeks. And today we are going to talk about this, and we are also going to talk about how we were warned about this. We were warned about unemployment crisis. But before that, I know pandemic and the rising inflation has hit everyone. It affects us too. Running a news media that does not compromise on its ideals and does not beg for government or corporate advertising is tough. But tough is what we do. All we need is your support. Whatever fits your budget, please subscribe to us. You can visit our website www.hwnews.in/support and choose the plan that suits you and pay us. Because when you pay, you help to keep alive an independent media that tells you about real life issues than mindless mandir masjid politics. Now, as the shadows of the pandemic started to fade, one expected that the economy will jumpstart and the slump seen in the job market will reverse. But what is unfolding is nothing short of alarming. In the past couple of weeks, thousands of employees have been laid off from the startup businesses. Let us look at such examples one by one. Unacademy. EdTech unicorn Unacademy has laid off more than 10% of its employees in India. The move is being seen as a consolidation in a space where valuation of startup ballooned during COVID. The cost-cutting exercise by the Bangalore headquartered startup comes close on the heels of another edtech startup, Lido Learning, which we will be talking about, backed by Indian entrepreneur Ronnie Screwwala, closing down in the month of February. Unacademy, originally founded by Gaurav Munjal, Himesh Singh and Roman Saini in 2015 as a YouTube channel, employed 6,000 people before the layoffs. The SoftBank-backed startup, which competes with Byju's valued at $22 billion, raised $440 million in the month of August last year at a valuation of around $3.5 billion. Let us move on to the next example, that is White Hat Junior. According to an Inc. 42 exclusive report, over 800 White Hat Junior employees resigned from the Byju-owned edtech startup in the last 2 months after being asked to work from office. Mumbai-based White Hat Junior, which was acquired by edtech giant Byju's for $300 million in 2020, had asked all its employees to work from the office within a month's time. Now, the employees who resigned did not want to relocate to their respective office locations. These include employees in areas such as sales, coding, or math, according to the Inc. 42 report. Now, in a company-wide email, the firm had asked its remote staff to return to the office. According to the report, a few employees termed the exercise as a cost-cutting exercise, and some said giving just a month's time to relocate is not enough and the firm should have increased their pay for moving to expensive cities. Number 3 is Lido Learning. Mumbai-based edtech startup Lido Learning had laid off over 150 to 200 employees. According to several employees in a virtual town hall that took place in February 2022, Lido Learning's founder Sahil Sheth informed the team that the startup is facing financial difficulties and will not be able to pay the salaries of employees for the month of January and the first week of February. All these occurred despite Lido raising $10 million in September 2021. Number 4. Vedantu. Another edtech platform on the list to lay off employees is Vedantu. The unicorn had said just a couple of days back that it had fired another 424 full-time and contractual employees, or about 7% of its workforce, as the company looks to increase its capital runway. It was reported earlier this month that the company had already laid off 200 contractual and full-time staff amid falling demand for online education as schools and institutes opened in offline mode. With the latest round of layoffs, the Bangalore-based firm has let go 624 employees in total over the past few weeks. Next on the list is Meesho. After riding high last year with nearly 900 million in funding and achieving the unicorn status, e-commerce startup Meesho laid off 150 employees from its grocery business in April 2022. Meesho had recently restructured and rebranded its grocery business as Meesho Superstore from Farmiso earlier. Last week, the company had reportedly said that it would integrate the grocery vertical into its main app, leading to talks of redundancies within the firm. Next on the list is Bettercom, quite infamous for laying off. One firm which has laid off not only once but multiple times is the digital mortgage company Bettercom. After firing nearly 900 employees over a Zoom call in December 2021, the video of which went viral, and then again laying off nearly 2,000 employees last month, Bettercom conducted its third mass layoff in April 2022, citing a declining mortgage market. Sources familiar with the internal happenings at the company estimated that around 1,200 to 1,500 employees were laid off in the third round. This implies that the company has effectively reduced its headcount from about 10,000 in December to less than 5,000 now. On top of it, the company has given employees in India an option to just leave. The company will pay severance or voluntary separation and health insurance coverage though. In total, nearly 920 workers had their resignations accepted, according to reports. Next on the list is Cars24. Used car marketplace Car24 is amongst the most recent entrants in this list. Cars24 has fired more than 600 employees as per the ET report. Layoffs were put in place across departments and roles. This figure of more than 600 employees represents over 6% of its total headcount of about 9,000 people. As per the ET report, the company said in a statement that this is business as usual, performance-linked exits that happen every year. In India, Cars24 competes with the likes of Droom, Cartrade, Spinny and Car Dekho. Now, apart from this, Trell, a lifestyle video app, laid off 300 plus employees. Furlenco, furniture rental, laid off 180 plus employees, and Blinkit, the 10-minute home delivery startup, formerly Grofers, laid off 1,600 plus employees as per Inc42. According to an estimate, in 2022 first half, close to 8,100 employees were laid off from startups and unicorn businesses in India. And these may be just the tip of the iceberg, just the reported cases from the startups that do make it to the news. There are thousands of other businesses, MSMEs, that are laying off employees or simply have been shut down that do not even make it to the news. These are just white-collared employees we are talking about. The unemployment rate in the blue-collared workers is higher than this. The question now is, are we heading for a great recession? And if we are, what is the plan to shield the economy from the domino effect? Can we repeat 2008-2009 when under Dr. Manmohan Singh, India was able to save itself when the world experienced recession? Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Also, if you like the content that I bring to you, please feel free to connect with me on my Twitter handle, that is at @Arti_Ghargi, that is at ARTI_GHARGI. Thank you so much.